Now, we are going to cross our character of the country this year. 1968, Bruce and Maureen Fisher starred the Silverstream Charolais star. Do you know they were town milkers out in the plains originally back in the day? And we are joined on the phone, Mr. Fisher, Brent Fisher. How are you this morning?
Oh, good, thanks, Sarah.
How's the weather going this morning down there ahead of the sail this afternoon?
Yeah, well, it's I think it's not too bad. It's pretty dark out there at the moment. Autumn's sneaking in, and but yeah, the weather looks as if it'll be kind enough, I think.
So, what's the idea? You're celebrating 50 years this year, and are behind the female sail this afternoon.
Yeah. No, we just thought, well, you know, we like a party. If we can find a reason for it, we will. So we thought. 50 years, it's a reasonable achievement, so we should celebrate in some way, shape or form, so we decided that a female sail would probably be a good idea.
And I suppose the facts you've got these females up, tell us a bit about the genetics behind them and how they were selected, because I've had a read through, you haven't just taken the odd cow out, some have got great performance and great history behind them.
Yeah, well, I think, what we wanted to do is, there are, we have probably got to the point where there's a lot of very, very good cattle through the herd, and I think to, for the betterment of the breed in general, and just for the overall good, we thought that we needed to put up some very, very good cattle. So a lot of our very, very good families, Ocelot families, Chandler family, Wendy families. They've just been some terrific families that have sort of they've had with us right through, and I think it's certainly a great opportunity for people to to be able to get some of those genetics into the herd, which we certainly wouldn't normally do, and certainly only for this occasion that we thought we'd better do it right.
And I suppose you'll draw people from all over the globe, I suppose, that are interested, because a bull like Evolution, for example, I said earlier on, I can remember when I came back down from the Waikato, I ended up with some calves at home that was sired by Bone Crusher, and they were immense cattle, big animals, but, moving on, like Evolution, I see he's got a few descendants in the sale, and when you have a look at a bull like him, he's all around the world now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just been an amazing animal. He's still an amazing animal. He's coming up 9-year-old, and his genetics have had a particularly huge influence in Australia and New Zealand, and starting to get traction in Canada and also in the USA, and I think we've also sent some embryos by them over to the UK, and even back into France. We've got an outfit over there. One of the big genetics companies have been looking to get his genetics back into the French herd book, which is pretty special for us. And so I guess because of that, what he's done plus what other bulls have done, it has drawn a little bit of interest from different parts of the world, that's for sure.
Charolais being French, that's like Centre Coal to Newcastle in a lot of ways. But tell us about the genetics. Where do you source your genetics? I see in the front of the catalogue you've got a fair few sires that have been used, and I see a couple from overseas. They're a different type of cattle, aren't they? Tell us about the variation between the Charolais families from this side of the world to, say, Canada or the US?
Well, I think, the cattle that we've sort of developed, we have, like when we first sort of got going with them, we identified some pretty good families, and we sort of tried to double up, triple up, try and sort of get the blood in very, very tight on them. So, like, what we've sort of ended up with is a pretty consistent sort of types of animals, and cattle that we virtually know how they're going to breed. With all breeding, you sort of have to be looking at where you can get some other blood in and things like that. Otherwise, you can get a bit too tight. And we've got a couple of bulls that we're using from Canada. We always try and go and have a look. We've got genetics out of France and also out of Australia, mainly out of the Palgrove herd in Australia. So, and I guess what we try and do is just get some of that blood in, blend it in with our own, and sort of get a little bit of different blood, but still try and keep our type in there. So, it's sort of, like, I guess there's nothing guaranteed with breeding, and you got to go a little bit on your gut feel as to whether you think they're going to work and whether they're going to blend, and some do, some don't, but yeah, you just got to keep trying.
Yeah, I suppose it's trying to get not that spectacular sire with a cross like that, but as you know, breeding females is all about keeping the bloodlines in stock. I tried to tell Sarah that, but she said, no,
Okay.
no, I'm happy where I am.
Thank you. Brent, now tell me, what's the general feeling? I'm just, I've got these images in my head. I'm so sorry I can't be there today. I'm sending, Richard can represent me. But, is Anna's parents, Jill and Pete, down there as well as Bruce and Maureen. How's Anna getting on? I know she likes to put on good events, and is Bondfield's over from Australia. Sort of give us an idea of what today's going to be like.
Well, yeah, it's we've certainly got quite a lot of Australians coming over, and I think there's people coming in from all parts of the country. As you alluded to, Anna does like to do a good job in everything she does. She put together an outstanding catalogue, and she's got the venue looking ship-shape, catalogue looking great. So but we got Pete. He's come down. Jill, she couldn't make it down for this sale, but she'll be back for the bull sale. Mum and Dad, they'll be doing their thing.
Have you got that chap that breeds a couple from the Wairarapa coming down? Has those big flash tags in his cows.
That McManaway man.
Yeah, that's the chap.
I think he's coming.
If he doesn't, I'll just buy half a dozen and send up to him, eh?
That'll be the story. Yeah, that'll be the story.
Brent, thank you so much for joining us. But before we go, how's the little one getting on?
She's great.
Yeah?
No, she's a bit of probably the best heifer we've bred. Yeah, so...
Yeah, well, what are you up to now? 4? Any 5? Gee.
5.
Have we got any takers? Do I hear 6? Oh, no, this is the auction later on this afternoon.
And Brent, also too, in respect with Brent, with Bruce and Maureen, and just give us just quickly about the origin of Silverstream Charolais and what it was like for them back in 1968, starting the stud there. Well,
when they first got going, of course the breed was new. It came in with a hell of a rush when the first cattle come in. There was that many speculators, and a lot of the wrong types of cattle came in, and they saw where the good was, and they looked to eliminate a lot of the issues that they had, which they did have, and so their contribution has been amazing, really. Couldn't say enough, really, about what they've done.
Oh, I can just see Bruce and Maureen today. Absolutely chuffed. Congratulations to the Fisher family on celebrating 50 years. And Loie, please enjoy yourself on my behalf this afternoon. It will be fantastic. That's Brent Fisher from Silverstream Charolais ahead of their 50th sale, which involves their female sale this afternoon near Christchurch.